So welcome to another video. So what have we been up to? What haven't we been up to? I should really do a day in the life of me if we got enough time for a video. So concentrating on the Mk2, we want to get a few bits done with that, make it a little bit more OEM plus, which I like. So back arch gap. Now I've got standard wheels, 15-inch wheels and low suspension, but the wheel to arch gap is a bit too much for me. So you can see from this picture here, really bad, don't like it. So what do we want to do? 15mm wheel spacers. That's the gap we had to play with. 10mm was right, 15 was just there, nowhere near tie rubbing with the height I'm at. So 15mm is what I've got. Now you can do this two ways. You can have a wheel spacer, like so, or you can get a hub spacer. Now a hub spacer would look like this. So a hub spacer would space this part of the hub away from the axle. So literally, this is the axle of the Jetta, but it's a GTi axle. It would move all that 15mm that way, so you wouldn't need a spacer, which takes any extra load off the wheel bearing, but in the real world, in the amount of miles I do, makes no odds really. Now you want a hub-centric wheel spacer really, which means it's got machined radius in there, so it fits on the hub here. And then it's got a machined radius on the outside, so that fits inside the wheel. So when you bolt the wheel up, it all sits on nice and tight. So we buy a set of these 4x100, which is what the Mk2s are. 50mm spacers with a set of wheel nuts, perfect. 2 seconds, put them on. No, don't work like that. Unfortunately, these ones aren't machined right. It has been a problem over the years. If you Google it, you can pick up a few bits. But you'd have thought by now, with the CNC machining, there wouldn't be an issue with this. Now, these were listed for a Golf GTi 16 valve and turbo diesel Jetta Golf. So, and pretty much the rear disc and the GTi are, there's no difference across a lot of them. So this shouldn't be an issue. What issue is it? I'll show you. So we've got our hub and wheel spacer. Oh look, there's a massive gap. See, huge gap. That's not going to help us in the slightest. So what do I do? Well, I complained to the company I bought them, saying, you've listed these for the car, they don't fit. Showed them some pictures, and on the dirty side of the axle, it had dirt and grease in there, so there's witness marks on there so they could see where it wasn't touching. Their reply was, well, send it back or get them remachined. But they replied as in they knew there was an issue. So why don't they get remachined? Lazy company, I don't know. So what I'm going to do? Well, I've got a die grinder and some die bits, so let's die it out and make it fit. One's already on, so it looks like this. As you can see, fills the arch up and looks a lot better. So I'll show you what needs to be done. You're only looking at 5mm, so it shouldn't take too long. So this is the radius needed to take off this part here. So it was a 5mm gap. So we put 5mm on there. This is about where we're at. Roughly, that's how much we need to take off all the way around. So all we'll do is mark that all the way around. So we've got it all marked, and then we want to get our die grinder. Now it's a bit of a rough edge I'm using on this, just to get the bulk of the material out. Get that around there, wing it around, and then we'll have some material down there we can finish off with this more flat edge. So we've machined the spacer out, and as we can see now, like a glove. Perfect contact with the hub disc face is what you want. So a bit of a nose, but simply fixed. We'll just clean that up a bit more and then put the other side on. So it looks nice and tucked in like this. So this is before we're putting the wheel spacer on, just to give a good indication of how far the wheel's sticking out or sticking in currently. So that's it sticking in with no spacer, so let's put the spacer on and see what it is. So there we go, that's the spacer fitted, and that shows you how far the wheel comes out, just enough to fill up the arch nicely. Just a reminder, when you're fitting spacers, make sure you put longer wheel nuts on. So if you've got a 40mm wheel nut fitted as standard, for example, and you're putting a 10mm wheel spacer, make sure you then put a 50mm wheel nut on there, wheel bolt even, and obviously torque the wheel nuts up so you don't want your wheels falling off. So there we go, that's the spacer's done. Much happy with that. It fills up the arch nicely. What else have we been up to then? Well, as you can see, we've got some wind deflectors. So wind deflectors, these look pretty cool. Now, I put a set on these here because we've just recently put a set on our X5, the silver one there, and they fit really good for 40 quid. They are a really nice bit of kit. They are Team Echo, that one there. Yeah, and these fit really nice. Nice tinted ones. They fit inside the trim of the window. Nice tinted, so they sort of, yeah, fit really well. Happy with them. And we also got another bit we put on, which is just down there. So, as you can see, got some hella spotlights. Now, I wasn't too sure on these, because I don't know. Well, I was, and I wasn't. I asked the wife her opinion, because obviously that's important. And she was like, not sure. I asked Prash Reedy, he knows his stuff, and he was like, not sure. And I was like, well, I'm just not sure. But then, as I was scrolling through eBay, as you do when you search Mk2 Golf GTi 16 valve or 8 valve, and then you select it to condition used, newly listed, what have we got? Guess what popped up? A set of genuine, hella, never used actual brackets which bolt on properly. I'll show you a bit in a minute. 20 quid. Well, I thought, wow, hold on. If they're popping up, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Sign. So here we go. I like them. They look cool. Like I said, genuine hella brackets which bolt down there, under through the hole where the valance bung would be. Bolt on nice and tight, and they look damn good. All we've got to do is fit the wiring loom and wire it in. Then we have some big shiny lights and some cool looks. 80s period, I love it. So the spotlights are on, wired in and working. Looking cool, and they're going to be bright at night. We'll try that out in the next video at some point. So the kit comes with the wiring loom, all the stuff you need. Comes with the relay, so you want to wire them with a relay. Now a relay, all a relay does is use small power to switch big power. So you've got the main battery voltage going straight to the spotlights through the relay, and all I'm using is a signal wire or the power wire from this spotlight. So as soon as I put it on full beam and these spotlights comes on, it uses the power from these to switch the relay, and the relay then allows full power from the battery to the spotlights, because these are 55 watt, they're bright lights, so it loses a lot of draw, so the wire's going to get hot. So you don't want to run them into just put them into the normal loom, because you're going to end up mounting wires. So what's next for this? This is going to go on the rolling road again on the 2nd of September, booked in for. So a couple of days after that we should have a video up of hopefully that popping out over 180 brake. It's flying at the moment. We see from the last videos it's not hanging around. So we're happy with everything. All we're going to do is add a bit more ignition time in. It's on about 9.5 or 8.5 a minute, so we've got that by a good 2 degrees, see how it's running, listen out to what we're going on with, and then get it on the rollers and see what it does. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which will probably be Mk2 Golf driver in for a bit of health check, so come along with that and we'll see what we're looking for.